Rebirth is coming out early 24. I don't know where I can start with this.
Well,
I mean, I'm gonna go with one thing I've got to question. Why is the party on a stretcher at the beginning?
yeah, because that's what's really weird, because they talk about in sector 1, 0, 1, and 2. Was it 0, 1, 2, and 3? Anyway, early sectors, and they actually discuss a tornado. And it's like, wait, what?
But they're getting carried off. They're getting carried off by Midgar soldiers.
Yeah, but you do not see Cloud.
So, I don't know where they're going with, because everybody's unconscious, and you see them on stretchers, and it's like, I don't know where it's going to go.
A lot of people are saying that they think, based on, because it mentions tornadoes, a lot of people think that isn't the start of Rebirth, that is just after the North Crater part, and that's why he's all unconscious, because she's going to be unconscious for that week. But Aerith is there.
Yeah, that is going to be a bit awkward if it is, because obviously if people play the original, we all know what happens to Aerith. That is why Influence is going to dress up as Aerith at the next Comic Con. Because I'm going to dress up as Sephiroth. Spoilers. But this game has been out since 1997, so if it's a spoiler now, go back.
You're a bit late.
Go back in time. Play the game.
Yeah.
But as I figured out straight away, we know we're going to disc 2 of the original game because it's Reunion.
Rebirth.
You hear? No. Did you see the guy with the cloak?
Oh yeah. Shout, go in.
Yeah. So we know the reunions in the game.
However,
it was not. Stressed. It was at North. No. It was at North Cave.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If
you look at the background, it is the path that goes up where you, as Cloud on the original. You go up, and then obviously the fog comes in, and one of your characters run away with.
Could that not be Mount Nibel?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Just asking. Just asking, because obviously.
No, because there is no black cloaks in Mount Nibel.
No, but there is in Nibelheim.
But that's Nibelheim, not Mount.
True.
So, the only place it can be is the actual place that we gotta head to, which tells me, which also explains to me why it's gonna be 2 discs. Because if it's 2 discs, so I'm gonna go by speculation. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 was 2 discs. One was a full-on data disc. Now, on the PlayStation Store, you can buy the game. I don't know if you have to do a double download or out, but data disc in a case plus the game. Now you have to download the data disc, and it'll tell you to switch to the next disc to finish the installation and play. Now, if it's the same data disc, there'll be 140 hours of story.
Easily.
This will be everything of world map. Now we know that the world map is gonna be
explorable,
huge, but I don't think it's gonna be that big at the start, because if you think about it, you're gonna come from Midgard to the farm. That's gonna be the first place. You see the chocobos. You see the chocobos on the trailer. So it's not even one chocobo like the original.
No, they're all on chocobos.
You got a full party, exactly. So to me,
but to be fair, in this remake, they don't disappear into you.
No, that's a good sign. But I'm looking at the whole game that I've seen on the trailer. So, from what I worked out, you could get past Migazolem. Now, on the original, you could fight the Migazolem, but on this one, I don't think you're going to be able to.
State Mikazolan being a £9.99 DLC.
Nope. I think it's because of the story.
Yes, because you are technically supposed to catch the chocobo,
and
go past. Yes.
I think it's going to be one of them where you get on a chocobo to get past it, and then you've obviously got the story in Calm. And if you heard on the trailer, there's going to be extra side. There's going to be extra side stuff because Tifa says about where's Cloud been for 5 years. There's going to be extra stuff.
The only thing that I will say about that is when she actually says in the trailer, the voiceover part where she says Cloud wasn't in Nibelheim 5 years ago, which she does state in the trailer. Now, At that point, the scenes are flashing past. I don't necessarily think that line is said in Calm. I think that line is taken from a much later part in the game, because obviously those of us that have played it know the truth.
Yeah, but that tells me it goes into further disc 2 than you think.
I think it's going to go, and this is just me, I think it's going to go to Diamond Weapon.
I don't think it's... So to me, if I was going to do a big version of this, how long have they had on it, roughly?
Sorry, say again?
How long have they had on it, roughly, for this part 2?
Well, technically we don't know how long they've been going at it, because part 1 came out in 2020.
Yep.
In April, but how long has this game been complete? How long has the previous game been completed, and how long have they actually been on it? How long has this game been completed?
When did Yuffie DLC come out?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Because
2021, I think.
So I'd say from there till now, because they wouldn't be able to continue work fully until they were back in.
Unless they already had the storyboards for all of it drawn out.
The storyboard is one thing, but you gotta look at the graphic side. You gotta look at implement it onto the system.
How amazing did Junon look, by the way? Just as a point.
I think with this trailer that we've seen, we're looking at least, and I mean at least, I'm going to go from a guess, because some of the story can be done very quick, and I mean it can be done very quick, I'm not going to lie. You could speed run at least disc 1 without doing much leveling. I think it's going to get to the end of disc 2. I think that's where it's going to stop. And I think they'll save disc 3. And I think with disc 3, they can add in everything they couldn't add. Because if you look at Advent Children, how many years after 7 was that meant to take place?
Who?
Advent Children. How many years after the main game was Advent Children meant to take place?
It was meant to take place 2 years after the main game.
Right. So where was the 3 youths who were in their teens at that time?
I don't understand what 3 you're on about.
Who's the 3 main baddies in Advent Children?
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Yes.
I think there's going to be extra story for them.
They've got a lot to tie in because
Yeah.
I will say there was one character that because everyone's been naming characters because obviously you see Yuffie, right? You
Youth
see
is already
Kate
in.
Sith.
Youth
No,
is
I
already.
know. There's one that isn't in the trailer, and I believe I could be wrong. I believe as Yuffie was introduced as DLC.
You can't bring
I think
Vincent as Dirge Cerberus. I'm gonna say that now.
not necessarily Dirge of Cerberus, but I can see Vincent being DLC at the end of this one, and then usable in the last one.
No, because that'd
Because
be way too far in the future. That'd be way, way too far in the future. You can get. They're going to stick with the story, surely. With you can get him at the mansion.
technically, Vincent isn't part of the story because he is missable.
Well, he is because Lucasia is the person he protected, who is the dude's mum.
Oh no, I know, but no. What I mean is, you can do Final Fantasy VII without ever getting Vincent. You can do Final Fantasy VII without ever getting Yuffie.
Well, we know Youth is definitely in.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen her in this trailer, but it just strikes me that we've seen her in this trailer. We've seen Kate Sith. We've seen Sid. We have not seen language. We've not seen Vincent. And that is the only one that we have not seen in this trailer.
I'd be surprised if Vincent isn't in this part because there's a lot there and a lot of people will want, because a lot of people are Vincent fans. They are going to want Vincent and they're not going to disappoint. They're going to make him, unless they haven't found a voice actor yet, which wouldn't surprise me. Because some people struggle.
Vincent needs a raspy vampire voice.
Yeah.
I know it's technically not a vampire, but he needs the vampire-esque voice.
The Advent Children actor weren't that bad. He weren't the best. I mean, if they could bring the dead back alive, I guess they could always go for Dracula. The guy who always played Dracula. But you've got to look at everything on this one now, because Vincent will be in. He has to be in. You're in the mansion. They've got to do a thing of you're allowed in there. They can't just say you're not getting in there now, unless they've got a story to cover that.
Yep. Because that's what I'm thinking with the DLC, and then bring him in to it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just, that was one of the things that I noticed about the trailer was there was no Vincent. See, and it struck me because I was looking for them all.
With Reunion, they'd want him there. For me, if with the reunion taking place, you'd want the full party there, so they've all got a grasp of the idea of what's going off.
To be honest with you, I think that he has to be there because, if I'm wrong, correct me, but when you see the whole Lucretia scene and things, and you see Hojo experimenting on him, you see him get up off the table and he makes that transforming noise.
Yeah.
And it's, you have Genova in you. You have Genova in you. There is, that's what it says to me anyway. And it's like, if the reunion is what Hojo says it is, and it's Genova basically reuniting all of her cells, Vincent has to be there.
With you know, like we played the first part, we know that there's some side story, you know, like Jesse taking us up to the other area. So
no, I want to go into fan theories in a minute, but go on.
So Jesse takes you up to another area, don't you, to get an item?
Yeah, the upper plate.
Yeah. So I think when we're underneath, they're going to do some cut-offs. that's the only thing they can do. So they can add extra stories in. If you remember when you get to Nibel, you can actually check the tanks when you're there.
Yes, and
Cloud
it
gets a bit of
says
an idea.
specimen C, specimen Z.
Yep. So I think there'll be like a little bit of side bit there. There'll be maybe a little bit of side bit of
To sort of bring Crisis Core into it a little bit.
yeah, because if you remember, Zack turned up at the end. Now, is that just because Crisis Core was coming out, or is that a flashback?
Now, you see, there's a lot of... I'm going into fan theory now. There's a lot of fan theory, speculation about, like, multiple timelines and about Zack either potentially being alive in this timeline or in another timeline. I should state right now, I don't subscribe to the multiple timeline theory.
Are we going to Spider-Man multiverse here?
I'm not sure where it is going. Some people have gone completely helter-skelter to the point where people are saying that it's not Ares that's going to die, it's going to be Cloud, and then Zack's going to take his place because Zack is still alive. And I'm sitting there going, what? I'll be completely honest, I don't subscribe to these fan theories at all, in my opinion. We'll state that, my opinion. Now, the Zack thing at the end... Now, I think you've just killed the Whispers. You've just basically set the story in motion. You've set it in stone. It's going to happen because you destroyed the Whispers. Right? You've set it. That's my theory on it. Regardless of what flashbacks were going on or whatever, you've set the story of Final Fantasy VII. The Zack walking at the end, I think, was just the story setting because the Whispers had been extinguished. It was making it that it had happened. Full stop. End of story.
The problem is, as soon as that happened, Crisis Core was announced.
I know, but in the Crisis Core reunion, you see they still killed him, and
yeah, because they had to. They can't just say he's alive.
I know. No, people are actually saying that he is. That's what I'm saying to you. People are saying that he is.
No, if he's died, they are sticking to it.
Yeah, well, people are using that shot at the end of Remake where you see Zack walking towards and Aerith and the party walking out, and they pass each other and they sort of both stop as if they sense each other, and people are like, see, that's proof he's alive. And it's like, no, it's not, because if two people that were lovers was in the same place, they wouldn't just walk past each other. That would not happen.
Right.
If you'd saved someone's life, if you'd been locked up with someone and experimented on for 5 years' time, you're not going to walk past that person. He's not going to walk past Cloud or Aerith. Zack wouldn't do that if he was alive.
I think it's going to be a past memory due to the fact we're already going to have Cloud's past memory. So, Tifa's going to have a past memory. We're going to have, obviously, a memory with Zack, because obviously Gongaga. So you're going to have a story about Zack. Now,
yes, you're going to have to put Zack in there somewhere.
Aerith, whatever you want to call her, is going to talk about Zack at Gongaga because of the family. Then you're going to have a flashback, probably a little bit from maybe Tifa, but you've got Barrett, who's got to have a flashback because of Coral.
Yep.
You've got to have the dog, who's going to give a flashback of his dad. He's going to be telling you a story around a campfire. I can see a flashback being of Seto.
Yep.
So,
and you've got Sid and his flashback of the failed launch.
Yep. And Palmer's going to be there, so you can see it being an issue with them. You've got everyone, the whole party is going to have a flashback. And I think Vincent his flashback is also going to be there of Lucrecia.
Yep.
I know it's all fanfare, but if they are trying to, I mean, it's been a few years, so if they're going to make this right now of, we're going to get the story out there, flashback central. Kate Sith doesn't really have a flashback because Kate Sith is a stuffed toy. The only thing that you'll probably see is Reeve, maybe we
might get
kidnapping.
more. Yeah, we might get more back
of
the Turks and stuff. Yeah,
now, I think with Reeve it'll be Marlene.
Oh, well, where we'll actually see Marlene get kidnapped.
Yeah, I think that's the only flashback we'll see from that. If we've got Kate Sith, we're going to see the flashback of Reeve doing that. And
is it ever revealed what happens to Aerys's mum?
Aerys' mum is meant to be looking after Marlene.
Yeah.
Now, if she don't make it out of there, there's two ways it could happen. Reeves escorted them both and kept them prisoner, or Reeves killed the mum and kidnapped Marlene to be on a safe protection. There's two choices. There's a lot of fanfiction. There's, I mean, we're going to get the answers, which I'm looking forward to. I love the idea of the first 7 of Don Corneo's treasure. I love that. Thank God it went to Playboy.
No, but I just think that people are so obsessed with wanting Aerith to survive in the remake that they are literally talking about multiverses and all the rest of it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, technically,
unfortunately, this isn't Marvel.
She has to die. She has to die. That's my opinion. But in my opinion, she has to die.
And I said, this isn't Marvel. We ain't got Doctor Strange. We ain't got Spider-Man. That fanfare is gone. If you see the original, who shows up at the end? Who shows up as a corpse? They're doing the prayer, because that's what they succeeded in.
What are you... What? Huh?
Ares shows up at the end with the live stream coming up.
Yes,
right. As a ghost.
You see, I was going along Marvel routes thinking, here's where I know nothing about Marvel. What corpse?
Oh, right, no. Oh, wait, you haven't seen the latest Doctor Strange? Right.
I've not seen any of them.
I can tell you this fanfare of what they're going through. So, in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, a woman brings back a corpse of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange buries himself, goes into a complete another dimension, takes control of this corpse to fight a bad guy. Are we going into the multiverse here? Is this what... So we're going to see Aerith come out with her face ripped in half or something, because she's that degraded at the minute. She's dropping to a zombie. We're going to see her come out, raise up the holy stream.
Might be a good thing then that I'm cosplaying Aerith then.
So I'm just waiting to now see the jaw on display, one eye popped out.
Genova style. Headless.
It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. There is no multiverse of Final Fantasy unless you're playing Wolf. Now, I don't think this is called Wolf Remaster.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I'm glad that you are of the same opinion as me, because I've literally sat there and I've had to just carry on scrolling past all of these posts because I'm like, I will start an argument.
No way.
Because you're all talking about these multiverses and Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse survive, and
No. We
no, it
only
was a
see
memory.
we only see one who might be alive. There was no guarantee.
No, and it could be a memory.
Yeah, it could literally
It could literally be because Biggs was raised in that orphanage, because that orphanage woman tells you that, and it could literally be. And it's like, oh, but Jesse's gloves were on the bedside table. How do you know they were Jesse's gloves? Who's paying that much attention to what gloves she were wearing?
Let's put it this way: even if they did survive, they're gonna die. The original, you do not see them to the end of the game. Rest of it, at least, no mention of them either.
There's only a mention of them after.
Cosmo.
Yeah, I was going to say after the
That's
Sector
it.
7 plate collapse. There's only a mention of them in Cosmo, and that is just literally they're named,
Yeah,
and that's it.
That is them dead. Barrett actually mentions them dead.
Yeah.
They've got the plans ready for them. They knew what they wanted to do. They said we need to kill them off. They killed them off. Sorry, guys. Fanfare done. Biggs maybe because looking at how Biggs appears at the end, he's in calm. Where's Wedge? Where's Jesse?
I actually had somebody fall out with me because I stated, in my opinion, Aerith has to die.
Yeah.
And because I stated that's my opinion that she has to die for the story, I actually got fallen out with, and it was like, okay.
Unfortunately, Aerith dies in the original. If you're expecting no, actually, I'm going to point this out straight away. After all the emotions people went through, after everything people have grinded to do for her now to survive screws all that up.
Yep.
Sorry to say, but you're ruining the story. And yes, I know there's a mod where she stays alive, and I asked someone about it, so how do you actually feel about this? And they were like, oh, it's fine. So how's Ares feel? Oh, well, apparently she's very angry that he attempted to kill her. I was like, no. Let's not.
Aerith knew. She knew she had to die. She went there
To die.
and she waited. Yeah. Because her intention was to go on her own. And then she got the idea to make Cloud do it. Or Genova did. I'm not 100% sure who made Cloud strike at that moment in time. Again, fan theories,
I
but
think it's
anyway.
Sephiroth, because every time you see Sephiroth, he goes a bit skits.
Cloud loses his mind.
I think it's like a program from Hojo. Every time you see Sephiroth, you do what he says.
Well, I mean,
until he breaks free from it.
It's not even Sephiroth is another point. It's Genova that we're following, because Sephiroth is in the Northern Crater for the whole duration.
Yeah, but it's a fake Sephiroth, as I'm gonna have to call him, fake Sephiroth.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is, because it's Genova disguised as Sephiroth to basically make Cloud come.
Oh wow.
Behave. But yes, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah.
Then tentacles must do it.
Yeah, but obviously anytime he is near Genova, because the Genova infusion on him made him lose his mind, anytime he is near Genova, he loses his mind.
It's all going to come clear. I'm looking forward to it. I've seen the trailer. I'm really looking forward to early 24.
Do you think we'll get any more trailers before release?
Yes. Because we've got to get the announced date.
True.
So we've got to get one more trailer. which is what they usually do. They do a trailer, even if you don't have much gameplay. They'll do a trailer showing something at least. Release date. Always the same.
Yep. No, but we need it. And Square Enix, if you are listening, you need to try and push for Christmas 2023. We know you can do it because you will just make a killing if you do.
I think they'll just be working out the kinks, if I'm honest. But thank you for joining the podcast, guys, because I just realised how long we've gone over. We will talk about more about Final Fantasy Fiction. If you really want us to talk about it, please leave comments, leave everything you can down below. But until then, guys, have a good night.